thanks everybody for joining on this holiday special here. I'm Jim Swanson. I am a signature oil painter with Oil Painters of America, American Impressionist Society, and National Oil Painters and Acrylic Painters Society. A few other things too, but so I paint a lot. And one of the things when pandemic hit, I started doing Zoom classes here, and they kind of
look in the bathroom.
Yes, look in the bathroom. That's good to know. No. Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't know we were live.
Yeah, well, we want to cut. We'll do that one again. I don't know. What are we looking in the bathroom
For a cell phone, I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. Hope you can find it. Just don't look down the toilet, okay?
I was hoping it wasn't in the toilet, but
You never know. That would be
right. You never know.
Oh, I tell you.
Fun of the direct.
Sorry about that, guys.
No worries, guys. I usually just leave the sound on for these things. So if anybody wants to hear anything or say anything, you can, because questions, I'm here to answer them as I paint and talk to you and stuff. My classes are set up pretty simple. This is going to be like a demo class, what I usually do. And so you guys will be able to see what I'm going, what these classes entail. I paint people think I paint fast, but I think I paint very efficiently. Basically, I mix all my paint before I paint. And that way when I'm painting and I'm not mixing paint and trying to figure out a color or anything. You got to do that, but most of the time I'm just really just being able to lay down the paint and go. And that way I get my strokes to show and stuff. I know where my strokes are. I can start concentrating on my strokes. I don't concentrate on the color and stuff. I can concentrate on the real painting instead of my palette, which is really what one of the things I try to do. One of my lights is out over here, so no light on my face again. Oh well, let's get moving here. We got to paint Old Quebec here. This is Old Quebec. I picked this photo up from a friend, James Yarnman. He's a photograph. I got this off of Unsplashed too, so you can go there and get it if I didn't do it and stuff. It's very it's a fun paint, fun shot. As you can see, I really like the design on this, and I'll pull this up in a second and go through it and stuff. But I like the color scheme overall of very simple, very direct, kind of a warm gray day there and stuff. And I thought he captured it very nicely and stuff. Really good, nice flow to the shot and stuff. And that's hopefully the stuff I want to capture. Here, let me pull it up and we'll go through it. The focus of this thing is you go through all these buildings and stuff. You come down, you go through these buildings, and you end up on this truck. I know, a truck. I know, but it's so unique. Well, you also got this. Everything leads to this truck. That's an interesting thing about this. You got the plow. You got the sidewalk. You got all the buildings coming in. Everything's leading to this truck. Which is okay. I don't mind the truck at all. It's an interesting, the build with the snow and stuff. At least you have this car here too, which will help bring some more interest to it. You got a person shoveling. You got another person over here walking, but they're on the edge. They won't be doing much. So it should be fun. It should, what else I was thinking about? Okay. Design, we went through color. Yeah, it's very muted. That's why I was thinking about palette wise, going with just a very simple palette of, well, I think I put Burnt Sienna on here. I didn't put it out, but I'll go through the colors in a second. Design wise, yeah. these buildings, it's all about squares, looking at these buildings and stuff. It's very, you know, a square. So if you have a flat, you're painting with a, you know, flat brush, these shapes and stuff should come out pretty easily. There's nothing, too many round things going on. The hardest thing is going to probably be trying to get this texture in the street, and the plow the fresh plow going through, which will be fun. That's going to be probably a lot of fun doing that. I think that's going to be a lot of knife work there, going in there and scraping that in. I think that will work real well. So half the thing about painting is being prepared to paint and getting everything in the right position before you make your final strokes. And that's what I'll try to demonstrate today, that, you know, you got to do a little forethinking and stuff as we go. See, I think one of the things also is about putting on the snow. Usually I work dark to light, so I'll be painting most of the dark stuff at one time, and I'll be saving the snow till the end. One of the things about the snow here is it's very bright, right? It's very, very bright. But in painting, for me, it's there is no such thing as white in my paintings. There's always a color. There's always something the snow is going to be reflecting and stuff. It's going to be reflecting the sky, which is not totally white. It's more like a number 1 over here and stuff. It's not like a 0, which would be white. So that's the thing to think about too, is, yeah, if you want this area here to come forward, yeah, you can have it brighter than anything else. But if you want this car and this truck here to end up being your focus, maybe we tone this down a little bit, and, you know, bring in the light more in here, and that way these things, value wise, these guys will come up and pop out. That is the thing with snow and stuff. We are going to be working at some pretty high keys, so it's like trying to consider you know, that before you start painting, that, you know, we need to make sure that little things like this and this back here don't draw our attention too much. We got to make sure that they sit down and behave, and so we can concentrate. I am going to be concentrating on it. I just thought, you know, this card just on the side things and just a square box for a truck, kind of fun, especially when you have this kind of character in the buildings and stuff. Okay, let's see. I think that's about it. I'm going to be talking about there. You know, let's get over to the more important thing. We'll go over to the palette. Okay, colors and gear. Here's my kit. Colors we will be painting with. Second. Definitely got titanium white I'll have out. I have cad yellow, cad red light, and cad red medium. I was running out of my cad red medium, so I had to put light out just in case. I wanted to use ochre. This is cad yellow light, but I'm not going to be painting with that today. It's not a sunny day or anything. Just had it out from another painting. I don't want to get rid of it. This is cobalt blue hue from Utrecht. As you can see, everything else I have is Rembrandt because they kind of give me free paint. But I use Utrecht. I love this cobalt blue hue from Utrecht. It is a really dark blue, much darker than any of the ultramarines and stuff. So I like that. And I use it in place of black, of course, or any dark colors. And then I like phthalo green. This is green blue as my wild card color. So this is kind of a very limited palette today. I don't think we're going to need too many more colors. My gear, I usually start off with my big flats. These are really big brushes. These are like 2-inch brushes, but they are very, very thin and they really hold together quickly and they help block in a painting very fast. Then I go down to my rosemaries. I got a couple of my 12 and my 10. Then I work down to my lower brushes, just pretty much as I go through my colors, my light colors, I mean my darks to light. I go pretty much from my big brush to a little brush. This is about the size, the littlest brush I'll go to, because after that, I want to do everything with my palette knife. And then I'll use this,
James,
my paint eraser. Yes.
the Rosemary's brushes, are they synthetic?
Yes, they are synthetics. These are rosemary ivories,
Okay.
synthetics, and they're all long flats. And man, they really make a difference. They do make a real big difference in your painting.
You don't like hog brushes? Hog bristle?
Oh yeah, I do have bristle. I'm sorry, I didn't even put that out. Yes, I do hog. I'm sorry. I do have my hogs. I will be bringing those out. Those will be needed too today.
Okay.
All right, good. Not too many of them, but when we do get to this, stuff here, it will be nice to have in there. So I have one. So yeah, if you have a hog bristle, that's great. But we will see. All right, color wise, yeah, we went through our colors. Now we'll be going through these guys. I'll mix my colors. I usually, like I said before, mix them all before we get going. We'll be using simple colors. We're just going to be using, blue and red. So I'll be using my medium today most of the time because I want to get this kind of a dark, reddish color here and stuff. I just had a workshop last weekend and I had a lot of people from my regular class here, my online class here in there. And I found out I am now a drinking game because I say and stuff a lot. And all of a sudden they have to drink whenever I say that. So I feel sorry for them today. It's early morning and we are going to be doing this. So I'm just going to go through my colors. This is just blue and medium red going through. Yeah, it's a little dark right now, but I need to make it work. Also, I'm going to do another red. That's phthalo green and red together. Those give me my warms. Those are kind of cool because of the blue. This will be a little bit warmer reds in here. So I can do, do the street a little bit warmer than I do the buildings or something like that. So you can see I'm pretty dark here, gonna be in here. So a little bit more, then I'll do another version of this. Usually I'll do a cool version with the blue, more blue, and then a red. And this one I did more red in the blue with the blue. This one is more red phthalo green. And then this one, as you can tell, is just a little bit more green than the blue, but I want to get a really good medium mixture because it'll be end up being a nice gray.
What did you use on that one?
This is just phthalo green and medium red.
Okay.
Cad medium red. Okay. That is about it for this painting. That's about the only colors we're going to need. We'll probably need some yellows and stuff, but we're going to take, basically, I'm going to take these colors down now, up the scale. I come down just by going for my midtones, which will be probably around a 6 ish value wise. So I'm just going to bring in a little bit of white to take from the piles. I work in piles. And let's see. A little dark. Close enough. Probably won't be using a ton of these, but you'll be able to see them in the street, definitely. So you can see the warmth showing through. That's why I have ochre out today to take and warm these up after I get them to this point. I want to take them to the medium point here. Probably should make these a little bit bigger piles. More red. And I probably might have been smart to use the CAD red light instead of medium, but I was thinking that this brown I was thinking for is cooler. So I wanted to get a nice value in there. I think red wouldn't have gotten me as far. CAD light would not have gotten me as far as a warm red. I mean a medium red. Okay, so I just took these guys down again. Just brought them down with just a little bit of white. I'm going to do the same thing one more time, but this time I'm going to add
one of those
ochre to them.
sipping.
And then I'll end up with adding white, and then I'm just going to do a little thing. So I'm just add a little bit of ochre to these guys. This should gray out this and warm up this.
When you go outside for plein air painting, you made your colors before?
Yeah, I don't make. I make them right there before I paint. Before I even paint, because I want you all the time you want to spend painting. You want to be concentrating on your painting. I will mix up all my colors.
Okay.
Yeah. So this will get me a lot closer to what I'm thinking about this color here. Just a little bit of ochre into this thing. Yeah, plein air is fun. Winter, I'm in Chicago. Winter is not that much fun. It gets windy here too. And right now it's really gotten cold again. So you can see that these guys, I think this phthalo green and CAD red and the red, CAD red right here are going to be a big part of this one. These other ones are going to be some fun, really nice fun. And the great thing about this palette, everything's pretty much guaranteed to work together and stuff. So drink. All right, I'm going to take each one of these colors down just by adding white to each one of these guys. These are going to go to the higher key things. So I'm not going to take too much from the palette. These are end up being snow. So they're going to be in here and keep it simple. This is, yeah, you could see I could almost painted this in one tone and would have gotten pretty much everything out of that. So that would have been just phthalo green and CAD red medium brought down on the, that would have worked great.
This last pile, what is the value you're bringing that to?
These guys, I'm probably bringing them up to about a, right now they're at a 3. Saving the last one step just for those last guys, the dressing stuff. Hence, drink again. Oh boy. Now they got that in my head, I'm going to be in trouble the rest of the way. See, these guys are going to work out really well too. So this I'll go through these colors again at the end. But these are the basic palette. I will bring in a few other colors that I don't have. I need a few more ochreish colors. A little too ochre for these buildings back there. As you can see, they're just too strong of yellow here. So it'll have to be cut with one of these colors here. So I'm just going to grab a gray from here, the blue, cool gray, and put it in this warm and gray this down to be usable. Could have used just purple, I guess. Should save me a little bit of time. So it makes it making a lot of grays and stuff. So this will be down in here. So now I got all these piles. Now I'll be going through when I paint, and I'll be just reusing a lot of these piles.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
It's Anne Marie. Can you?
Hi.
Hi. Can you just repeat? I didn't hear the bottom row in the piles, and the one that's the second to the right in.
Second to the right in.
Yeah, that one. What is that?
That came down from the phthalo green and red on the red
green
side.
And red, and then you added white. Okay.
Yeah, and I just added white. Here I added ochre.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
On this row, I took all these colors and I added ochre to them. And then
Got
this one I just added more white to.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So now I can just make a few adjustments to these things. You know, especially with these guys, I think this one, when it goes down and stuff, I added just a touch more ochre to it. I can start getting these other building colors here showing up. Okay, but most of what we do need to do, I think, is get the truck and maybe the car. I think I can get most of that with some of these darks and purples and stuff up here for these guys, but I want to make sure I get that color. And you know, I don't have it yet. Basically, this I was thinking about for this building here, or this building here, being a modulate the colors here, stuff with this. But this is also, that's close. I just need red. I'll go through these colors in a second. Oops. Yeah, I know I didn't need much color, but it's good to have this. You have a little pink in here for the snow and for this stuff. Might be too strong. Gray it out. It doesn't anything. It will always work there, but I'll find it in the buildings. You'll find it in the shadows and stuff. Okay, more snow. I'm going to think about a few more snow things. Basically, I like this color a lot, but it's just too dark. It's more of a medium. So I'll add some white to it. One of the things I do find on cloudy days, you're going to find shadows are warmer, so they're going to have a lot more red in them. Sunny days, it's always more blue. That's going to help on the snow. Definitely then take these colors up one more step, get them up to the 2 area. And that should be up. That will give me some room to play when I do get there. That's almost too bright. This is going to be too bright. Don't want to get too bright. And I'll need a cool version I got these are warms because they're pinks and reds and stuff. I could use a cooler snow too, be able to play with. So something with just a scraping of blue in it, purples, maybe up here should be a purple. Use my piles up here. I'll get a purple one, pretty high key, but that's gonna be nice for little things. You're gonna find it probably more back in here, trying to get distance and stuff. And that'll be it. So we went through the colors pretty quick. Could really use. I don't have this green here for this green sign. Put a little green and mix that together. It's a little ochre in it, and that's it. I'm gonna have to mute you guys. Sorry. That's what happens when we get a lot of people on the line. Sorry. We all have to listen to it. It's just the way it goes. If you need to, if you want to say something, please, turn your mic on and say it. That's fine. So now I'll get the greens. I got my darks here. I can go use for that. And so let's go through these colors. I really need to build this one up. This one I stole from that pile so much. And that was red and the phthalo green, but it was on the red side. That's when you got good colors like I just put in there. Just cancel out a phthalo, which is pretty tough to do. So that's a good red. I'll leave that there. I'm going to leave a little bright one too. I'll be able to use those there. So I got that. Let me see one more time. Just not gonna waste what's on my knife. See, when it comes out that gray there, that tells me it really was a pretty good blend of red and green going together. When you get a nice gray like that, that's beauty. Also, we wanted to steal and I always like putting a little bit of kind of like a wild card color in here in the snow and stuff. It's everybody drinks again. So a little bit more phthalo greenish color to this thing, which could be good. It has a little red in it. We'll go through the colors right now. So just quit mixing. Okay, colors here. First ones are blue and medium red. This is on the blue side. This is on the red side. Basically, I just brought these guys down with just a touch of white to get them to about a 6 in the value. Very purpley. Then I brought them down. I added a little bit of ochre to them here, to these colors. Here I had phthalo green and medium red. And I brought those down with white. And this is on the phthalo green side and brought down a little bit of white. Here I added ochre to each one of those colors up here. Here I took these colors and added white, trying to get them to about 3-ish value. Now I'll start getting me into the midtones of the snow and the buildings. Here I made up a few more of these colors, taking and trying to get with more ochre, trying to get them warmed up. Because I had these guys. These guys feel kind of cool, so I need a little bit warmer to balance off the palette. Over here, these are kind of like my, high key snow, where it goes one more step. These guys will probably end up being used more in the middle of the painting, and to force things going, to force the eye to move. Here's my little wild card gray here. You'll end up probably finding out you'll probably end up using that in a lot of places back in here that you wouldn't think you were going to be using a green. And now this is just this building. There's a few things on the buildings and stuff. I made it for green. I kind of made it for a red that kind of balances it off. That's the same value that I can use to balance it in the painting. So that's it. That's your palette for this one. I think it should be fun. So let's get busy. Any questions? You have any questions on the palette? Go ahead and turn your mic on. Say hi. Like first, I want to tone my canvas. I'm going to use a little bit of that red and phthalo green. Dark we mixed up. That'll give my camera at least get my canvas used to accepting paint. As you can see, when you first put it on without a little bit of oil. Also, the oil I use on this thing, I use a safflower oil for my medium most of the time. I'm just going to tone this just a little bit of oil, and this is just get rid of the, rub it in. When I get done rubbing it in, it'll be accepting paint a lot better. Right now, it's just kind of leading up on it. Just a little bit of elbow grease, get this going. All right. All right, we'll talk about there we go. Good enough. Design wise, of course, we want to get everything, out of the middle of the painting. We want to usually work in the rule of thirds. We want to get your thing over here, or your here, your focus here, and here. Don't want it in the middle. So let's get this guy over and in here. He'll be right about here. That. 1 point perspective. So this is pretty good. So we'll be able to take this and figure that out. So somewhere over there is my point, and everything will be pointing to it, except for the thing on this one. It's slight hill. So a lot of the stuff goes out the window right off the bat. So any goofiness you do will be fine, because of there is a hill, there's snow, so you don't have to be perfect on these buildings and stuff. So basically, I want to get big shape. This is right there. You got another building back there. This one here, you got a building that goes straight across. So this looks a little wide. So I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to bring this building down. Buildings are one of the weird things to paint because of how thin they can get and how thick they can get. All of a sudden you can start thinking, like, start getting buildings that are the same size here running along. Now you don't want to do that. I'm thicken this one up. This should, oh, I know that most of that stuff should be working on that. Okay. So everything points back to that one spot. So every time I paint for the class and stuff, every new painting we do, I've never painted before usually. So you guys get to hear all the commentary, what I'm thinking about and why I'm thinking that. And this building, I can move this truck over just a little bit more. It doesn't need to be that big, but it seems like it's going to be. All right, and then of course, all right, try not to spend too much time wasted on my drawing. It's going to change a little bit as I go. That right there, ready. Huge car. That's about the hardest thing in the painting is the car and the truck getting right. Okay. Finding the snow would be fun. All right, but to get to the snow, we got to do these other things. So let's get going on the buildings. I'm going to start off my warm red up here. This is a phthalo green and red. It's on the red side. I wanted this building here probably has the most red and warmth in it stuff. So get that guy into place first. Other ones are just going to be basically a softness of value. You get the darks in first. This is that had a lot of green. This is on the green side because I'm trying to get that's on the red side. Trying to force the perspective down here to get to this truck. It's so I'm kind of changing up a little bit of the color to make it move. This also going to have some blue, red. This is blue and red. I'm going to be going with next. Just preparing the underneath of things. Yeah, I should have figured out I always talk to myself, so this is pretty easy to do. Just right there. Anyway. And I got the building back there. I think that's the first one I'm gonna use any white on back in here. Try to stay away from white as long as I can. Gonna go a little darker than they are. Then just going right for the color and sneak up on it. That way I can get a lot of color in a paint. And just break it down into shapes. I'm gonna work on the bottom parts a little bit, keeping those on the dark tones too. Right now, I'm still trying to stay in the middle, or the very darks with no white in them. I'm gonna start off the bluers and the blue and the red in here, the very bottom of this section here. And then I'm going to work towards the warmer phthalo green and colors down in here. And then back, we're going to flip it again across the street, right by the. I'm going to go with a blue and red again. Those guys are my cool colors in the painting, and they will get me back distance-wise in this painting. And they'll bring, lose some of the focus too. That's what I was using this for, trying to. All right, I'm gonna warm that area up too. Just get rid of this. Well, that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining. You're on your own.
Thank you, James.
There you go. I add a little blue to this phthalo green and red mix here. Trying to get more of a burnt sienna or burnt umber color here in this thing. We'll work for a few of these darks here. Right now, I'm just trying to get in just some mid-tones and stuff, just to get rid of some white, and then I can use this to draw a lot with, because most of this painting is just really a simple color. And I didn't mix this color up. I should have mixed this one up, but I was trying to speed forward here a little bit. And get things done. So I'm going to be using this. This is again, phthalo green, cad red mix with just a little bit of blue in it. And what I'm doing is just doing some of the windows here, trying to get some shapes. Most of the stuff in this area here, we don't have to do too much there. I think, it's a lot of basically streaks going down. I don't want to pay too much attention to that, because really there's another coat of light coming in here. And so, but I'm just wanting to start to mark up a little bit of where these, some of these doorways are. There are so many. So I'm not going to get as much probably done there as I'll probably have to do later. But we'll see how far we can go. I think the snow is going to go in here. The snow here, like that, out a little bit to start to see where I'm going. So here's this green sign on this building. Mark it. It's a nice color already built up in there. So I won't be tightening up till, you'll tighten as I go. A lot of times it's just, at this point, you almost have to go building by building. And figure it out a little bit, value and stuff. But the nice thing is I already have the basic tone underneath that kind of, pushes everything down there. So that's where I was looking for. And that's what I was making my bet on. And for this one, so that's where I'm going to be. And then I got to look at my colors and go, well, close enough, close enough, close enough. I'm missing a building. Huh. Let me see. Yeah, I am missing a building. All right. I'm gonna move this in. We have just decided to crop this one. I drew it out and basically I missed this building right here. So I'm gonna move it out, and then all of a sudden these cathedral windows here, they're gonna be right up here. All right. I don't know why that wasn't looking right. This one's just slightly wider. Okay. This is where most of the work's going to be done. I mean, this is the tedious part right here, is just figuring out this area. And being willing to just move things around if you have to. But this is kind of an interesting place. People do do recognize it. So let's try and do it right then. At least that is always the thing whenever you're doing mountains or places. You just like, you know, getting that, you know, making sure you know, I'm taking artistic license most of the time, most stuff, but you know, sometimes you can't. So just trying to be correct. All right, so a lot of different colors going in here. That's what I want to do. Just put in a bunch of new interesting colors in my darks, because, and then I just leave my darks alone a little bit, just nibble at the corners. Basically. That's one of the things in painting. I find overworking a painting very quickly, that you'll lose your darks, and that's usually where the problem is in paintings, as you've overworked your, kind of muddled up your darks, so you all of a sudden your structure falls apart. So that's what I'm trying not to do here. You know, I got to change. This door was supposed to be more here now. This was, I can do that. I can do it. All right. Gonna change it a little bit. Well, that green sign I kind of liked and stuff all of a sudden got moved on me, because I was, it should be here, sorry. Snow scene, not too easy to do. Is that the, so I'm getting greens in here, a lot of green, which are going to be nice for, because this is a lot of stone and stuff. So getting that in is interesting. Kind of move these guys up just a hair more. All right. Also, at this point, I'm going to start trying to move on a little bit. And like I said, getting areas ready to paint for the second coat and stuff. Getting that warm in here again. So here, this is blue, and no, this is that color we didn't mix up. This is the phthalo green, red, and blue. And I want to get these things underneath the snow here. And this is I want to create that arc. A lot of this stuff depends, the next colors and stuff going over this depend that this, I have got a good dark base underneath here. It's a little transparent. That's what I'm also looking for too, is there is a little bit of oil I'm using here to spread this paint, this dark color. No white, just using the white of the canvas here. So I want to get a lot of crap happening here, because this is going to, here is just going to be settled with snow. casings of snow here, here, and here, and here, kind of driving you down, stepping you down into this thing. But this thing here has to have a lot of action to it. And we can really, there's a lot of action to it. But so take advantage of that and almost overstate your darks, especially down low. Low, the bottom of the pane here. I want to get some contrasts here built up. And then because of that was what's going to bring the street up a little bit to me in my face is this contrast when the snow hits it and creating craziness. So I'm using that. Now I'm going to start beefing in a few more reds on the outside of the snow into this smush of from the plow there. That'll do it for now. Got dark enough that the next color on that will work. Pretty much everything else now, I'm pretty much going to be moving to my midtones, which are the ones that have a little bit more, have white or ochre in them. I'm going to start putting in this truck a little bit. Think about how red he is. And let's get that in here. Or he has to pass the street. Okay. Now I'm just going to bring some light on the bottom of it, and that'll take care of that. Let's switch to just a slightly smaller brush. Get his wheels in. Again, I'm going to use oxide red. No, I don't have oxide red out. It almost is like an oxide red. It's phthalo green and blue and cad red. I want this kind of a burnt umber for here. A little more on the red side. A little more red. Good for now. Okay. And make that. And then the car next to it. Just more phthalo green than red. Really dark. That's the thing. Very dark. A little more tip to the car too would be nice. But I still have white to fix it. I'm gonna go bluer at the wheelbase. I'm gonna lighten that up a little bit. This tire got a little dark. See where else this color can go. Start putting it in back in here. That's a little dark, but it's okay. The great thing, this is being oils, we get to play with so much and take advantage of it. Take advantage of playing with not being forced to settle on things right away. Now, this is going to be pretty impressionistic painting too, I must say, because the only areas I'm really gonna probably be settling on are this little area here. This stuff here, even with the windows, I'm gonna probably just try to hit it with the snow and see if I can how much I can do. So basically, I just need to lighten this area up a little bit more. But as I go, I'll get there as I go with paint everything else. They'll find my way. I try and start getting this building in back in here, going with just a little more gray phthalo color. No, it's not phthalo. This is in fact blue with just a little bit of it's blue, red, ochre. That's ochre coming through. So this warmth coming through here. No white yet in that color, but there's white in these other ones. So. At the top of this building here, I can go a little bit, put it in too. I think I'm counting on the snow here to loosen this, to lighten this color up. So I don't have to worry about doing too many shadows. I think a mix of the snow and do that for me. Getting a higher key is just like flying. It's gonna just zoom probably here. I might start getting into these things. This is the color I think I mixed up for this building here. Mute you guys. Sorry about that. Like I said, if you need to talk, turn your mic on. Happy to say anything. Okay. Got my mess going here. Let's keep it going. Smush it around a little bit back in here. A lot of times, I'm just painting right now at this stage just with shape ideas, looking at the shape up here, not really honing in on what's a building, what's anything else. And that's the last stage. That's usually when you want to start looking at this thing and say, okay, it's supposed to look like this. I mean, it's this building here. So, you know, that's a building, that's not a person. That kind of stuff usually happens. Usually I'm just trying to paint shapes. And then go back in and correct. That's a mess over there. The nice thing is take advantage of these trees that come in, you know. You don't have to get everything, perfect all the time. Uses that kind of stuff to anchor your paintings. When you have, not sure what it is, or things, I use physical photos all the time. So, and not sure what things are sometimes, so make it up. Make it up, or use a nice brush stroke to do the work. Look for some grays in the snow here. This is started to get this to the snow area right quick. This is a nice gray. Where did I get that? Where did it come from? Pain, trying to pay attention to my palette here and talk at the same time. So I want to keep it a little.
Green and red with maybe
Yeah,
a
it's basic. Yeah,
little ochre. I don't know.
It's really all coming down from this kind of phthalo green and red mix I made up. It really is. Yeah. That's way up higher. Should be way up here. Yeah, should be. Okay, good. That looks better. Okay. Going back on this area here a little bit now. Now that I'm getting into these lighter colors. So if I can get back into this building here. That is a little white. You can feel the chalk in it. That tells you that it's not warm enough. It's a little chalky to me. A little red. Warm it up. It's better. I'm working on this building here. It's going to have some really dark windows that kind of go across it. This is always a tough thing, is getting a windows, perspective right. Or at least believable. Usually believable is better, So I got to go back to my vantage point, even though these things are like staggered going down a hill. I can always rely on that to be knowing that I can live with that. I can at least correct something I can live with. So I'm just kind of going very fast here, as you guys can tell. This building I have to lighten up a lot, quite a lot, because of yeah, I didn't draw it out right, which in this little span of that's my excuse. That's what I'm sticking to. Sorry, looking at seeing, making sure I got that about right. So this one, I should have done this. I should have wiped out snow. Where I thought the snow was going to go. Let me do that. I'm thinking snow's going to go. That's snow. More snow up here. Another ledge here. Up here. Little teeny one going here. That's gonna be fun. Just the steps. I'm talking about snow steps here. That should be right here. I don't want a lot of other ones going down there. Okay. Out there. Out there. This also, if I'm doing what I'm doing here, is removing the paint back to canvas. This will also help me, get lighter colors for the snow when it does come in. Stuff, but this is just something I probably should have done right off the bat. That's okay. Make sure this guy gets in here. Still like the snow coming in, so I'm gonna steal that. Usually happen farther back. Okay, this guy here. More snow. All right. Got a person in here. Person will be putting in last. All right. Starting to make sense. I'm gonna switch to a bigger brush. I'm just gonna start getting in some of these bigger areas here, just blocking them in. I want to about toning this guy here and start pushing things back here a little bit. Toning in the sky. Mix of red and green. And then I'll start pushing things back. Really thin this color here is that pink. This again came from phthalo green and red and white to it. Lots on the red side. Using that here, I'm starting low with the full color and going over the stuff and this, releasing my brush as I go to get this strength of the light color at the bottom, and then have it mixed at the top. I'm repeating that as I just push this guy back, start pushing him back. Maybe put a little more blue into it. Blue grayish on this side of the building. This is the back building, of course. Edges, everything back here is going to be soft. It starts to work. You want to get, end up putting windows in. A little ochre and red here, just for this couple of windows there, and that's pretty much it. Not this building's not going to get a whole lot of love. I mean, he's going to get a couple of dark windows. He's going to get those little windows, but he doesn't get a whole lot more. I don't want him to get more. Down there. This is going to be using phthalo green and a little red and white here. Yeah, this is usually when I do these classes and stuff, we'll use the full array of colors. But I figured on this painting here that a limited palette probably be good. Would speed things up. The amazing amount of colors you can get with a limited palette. You're really not that limited. Yeah, you might, it's really tough. I do have trouble doing plurals with it because, you can't get the pinks and purples you want. But you can, you get a lot of things. I'm just going to go, basically, I'm just going to be touching areas here and buildings back here that are in here. Warm up some things here. Building looks like it needed to be a little bit warmer than. Got a little greenish tint to this back building here, right here. A little more ochre in my color here now. All right, I want to, I got to have it more warm because I got this pink snow that's going to be going on top here. If I don't put this in here now, it's going to look kind of goofy. This might even go a little bit warmer than I got. The bottom, more red. I will start be using some CAD red in this mix. Should definitely could use it right in here. So CAD red and ochre, a little white on this building back in here. Probably going to end up putting it in that truck too. I want to get some warmth here because I got this cool snow I'm going to be putting on top of the roof, and I want to make sure I got some more warmth in there. Definitely, let me try something else on here. Cad red, just a little bit of ochre, white. See if I can warm up this building. I kept going this building here. Looks a little pasty. And just sometimes just one little spot of color can change that. And that's what I was doing there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move some things around. Doggone it. But, it's gonna help. I just kind of love putting light over dark. Getting that everything you can out of a blend. Yeah. Okay, well, no way of getting around it now. Starting to gotta get these things in. All right. I am going to switch to a bristle brush. Because somebody told me I had to use a bristle brush. Okay, I'm going to use a bristle brush. Now, for snow. And I'm going to start putting in the snow right in here. Yeah, it's a little higher key. No, I'm going to start right in here. I'm going to put it in that warmth. I'm going to stay warm too. I'm going to go with almost that, just a touch of red in it. Yeah, it's a little too warm. That's okay. Let me see what happens here. I'm just going to push my brush into these things. Just going to take them and kind of start getting this arc here and stuff. So I'm going to work backwards here and, just push my brush into these things, just leaving a little space in here between them. Start getting this push. This is pretty a warm color. This is not one I had in mind. But as you can see with the bristle, if you open it up and just twist it off, you get a lot of everything else you need in this. Back in here, yeah. Build the paint up a little bit more here. Trying to make a mess, trying to work around this one little spot here. This is pretty much just ochre, white, and red. This snow in the street, this warmth. There's nowhere else in the painting. It really doesn't really Yeah, I think I can go put it in this building. Maybe back in here a little bit to lighten these guys up. But basically it's mixing with the street color, really getting that dirt of the street in here. Making sure that I'm not losing all my darks, you know, really thinking about transparencies as I go there. Over here, I might go, you know, on the side bank here and stuff, really push a little warmth going in on the side here. The will feed me down into, yeah, these cars, this car and the truck. And then right into here. See, this color here is pretty much right already, so I don't have to do too much. I'm going to lighten it up on top to the top of the snow here. This is where I'm going to go with a pink white right back in here. Push it right into underneath that car. Make sure he has to shovel around his car. You know, when he wants to take it out. Keeping the warmth. That has a lot of warmth in it. This has a little red in this color here. Very white, but warmth. And then I'm gonna get it right back about here, and then I'll switch to a cooler color of it. Has more blue in it, but you can't tell. I mean, it's really that high key. And a little bit of phthalo green and high key blue here. I'm gonna go a little bit more phthalo green at the bottom here. A lot of burnt out stuff in here. He shot this with his iPhone 8 about 2020. So that one over there, high key pink too. A little more pink than that. A little red, more cad red light in that. There you go. That's the color I was looking for. Another car back in here. I'll be able to do dressings of the snow in this pink. This is going to be pretty much a lot of good changes with this color. Got a lot of goofy things going on in here. And this color here just is going to do a fabulous job. Great thing about snow, this is what I was talking about doing for this roof here. I can hear it's just a cad red light and white. Just being able to see a little bit of cad red. I'm going to go in. I'll have to figure out exactly where windows and stuff are a little bit more. I'm going to put in my darks one more time, going through this. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Who knows? No, I'm always working pretty good. I'm gonna go with a cooler white here from this building. There's just a hint of a building back in here. And feed this. This has just a little blue in it. It's not just red. It's more on the blue tint, which will take me back in space. It's jumping a little bit. Bring back a couple lights. I'll be just dressing it up with some other snows and stuff as I go here now. I'm gonna try and keep the snow closer on these bottom back buildings right in here to a little bit darker white. This has a little more. This back has a little bit of more phthalo green and red mix. It's more of a grayed out. It's on the red side, but it's more grayed out, not as much white. So if I want to use that back in to dress up this back part of the building and this car here too. This back end of the car right there. A little bit too. There you go. So I can do pretty much. You don't have to. That's the nice thing about this color and stuff. I won't having change out too much. I can use it pretty much everywhere, almost all the way up. So this is where I'll hopefully I can start correcting some of those bad choices I did, drawing wise stuff. Okay. This one probably could be a little lighter even. That's where the person goes right in here. The light snow up right here behind this car. Triangles. Light snow. All right, when you start getting one color like this, and you see it working one place, and you go, well, might as well put it in. It's on the brush. I'll just keep going here. I'll just move along, and it's going to be right here. Somebody didn't shovel yet, so I'm going to make sure that they know it. Good start there, good line. I'll go back and hit it one more time. This is again with just that red. I say it's red because it has red in it. It's more on the red side than the green side. Right, this corner here, I don't want too much going on here at this end. Might even, yeah, I'm going to just throw it in here a little bit too. Like this. Even though that's not exactly right. I like to have this drip of snow here to just fill this corner here as a stop. Get the window back here behind it. switch brushes for that. So again, back into the snow, dressing up the corners here, coming in. Switch out. Do I need anything else? No. No, I think, yeah. Might go a couple more goofy things like that. Good strokes that are. I'll roll my brush. Really start to put on paint. I should dress up. Sorry. I'm gonna dress up some of this other snow. What's happening here? A little bluer. My snow as I go up too. I should have look at that too. Sign wise, when I go up, just giving a little less red. Red's gonna always focus you down. So if I use a little blue, it'll drift and give me a little air in my snow. So my snow's just a little bluer. Can't have that though. I can't have contrast. Contrast will kill it. But that's why I love working wet into wet. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. This is I'm gonna use when I get down in here. Yeah, this bluish white. It's kind of a grayish white. It's not really blue. I could even go here like this one. Go with more on the green side here for snow. It's so cold up there. It's like an iceberg snow. I'm gonna go pink on that guy. A little more blue too. Okay. Yeah, when you start dressing it up with the snow, it just starts to come to life. But it's all getting everything underneath done. So I'm not like going back and working these things again. I just want to get them done and then concentrate on the little teeny things here. Like this bush right here, the little snow bush right here. Just catching the snow on it, nothing else. All right, I'll get the guy in. I think the guy will be fun. Getting the snow right. All right. I promised you a little knife action too. So let's get going on that. That's where I'm going to need to do these things here. Let's see what color I want here. Kind of, it's warm. So it's going to be ochre and medium red-ish, a little bit more color than anything else, and I'm going to gray it down. So get the dirt in there. Red. White. Too dark. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna put this on like with my knife. I'm gonna just float the bottom of my knife with paint, the color I want. And I'm just gonna take and smear it. I'm gonna get it in this one section here. I'm just gonna go here and just bring it in. You can almost see it. It almost looks like that bristle brush. So it works pretty well together. Start putting that in. Just flat out, flattening my thing down here. You might even just, give it a little push and then coming back, twist it down a little bit and start getting these extra little nice, beautiful little transparencies going in here. So it's really just laying your brush, your knife all the way down and just pushing it around. Okay. A few more spots here, maybe at the top of the snow. Now I'm gonna work on that truck. Okay, our focus point is this beautiful truck here. All right, so most of it's the nice thing. It's a back. It's a square, so there's not a whole lot there. But I think this snow color I just made up is gonna be kind of nice on it. Lean my knife, create some marks, straight marks. That's why I try to keep this area here real kind of clean with my brush strokes. So when I can put those guys little nuggets color in here that they stand out. Finish painting this car. I'm going to use my knife here. More snow on top of this car. So I'm going a little bit greener, beigeier snow right on the side. Trying to give some edge to the color. And then I'll go with like the pink white on the top. And that anything like that's catching top light gets a little pinkier than this right here. Let's get a little snow on this truck. We're gonna have snow probably back in here too. He's just a square. I do need to fix him up a little bit, or he's gonna be kind of embarrassing. It doesn't. You made a focal point out of a truck that and didn't, give any information. So I'm gonna go back here and just at least get the ridges on the truck. This is a beautiful little straight edge. Get a little bit of design. Good place to, reuse that green that I kind of put in over here. So good little line here. We're drawing the attention. just a little bit, fudge it out a little bit. It's not too perfect. Here's some red type. I can't read it, so I don't want anybody really to read it. So this, back in my advertising days, that'd be Greeking. What we're doing just did is Greeking my type. Kind of just pushing it in like that. Now it's just really going back in, putting in windows. Windows always fine to have are on the warm side. You know. And then they'll sit back, so they have a little red. So again, this phthalo green and red on the red side. We'll work on these windows. Trying to watch a little bit of how strong I am on it. Okay. Push it back into place so it doesn't jump out at me too much. Helping. Okay. Same thing with this. Now this I'll just be dressing up these guys a little bit. So that's what I'll be working on the rest of the time. Let's put in the guy. I haven't put in the guy yet. And a nice color here. I think this guy will be in. He's just a shape. He's nothing more than a shape. If I put him in as just a rectangle, that might not even be a guy. That could be yeah, he's a guy. He's just by a pole. He's leaning over. He's putting in. He's shoveling. So I probably have to lighten the light color behind him. So putting him in now. I'm just putting him in for you guys. I'll probably have to rework this because of stuff behind him. That's his shoulders. A little snow on the shoulders. Scratch there. Okay, you guys probably can't even see this stuff, so I don't know why I'm doing it. A little more snow on things. I'll go back to a nice flat. Good one. If you have a rosemary, it's great. It's not a rosemary, but it's a really good brush for this. Has a nice solid edge, you know, really sharp edge. And so in that way I can get in here and put it exactly where I want it. It's a newer brush too, so finally I'm gonna grade these whites out a little bit and start getting it into a few of these little areas here. This is where all those midtones I made up start to come in handy, right in about here. Making these boxes, these window boxes. And get them all the way down, almost into the snow. Wet into wet, at least now I can start to play with all my shapes. Reminds me of painting and painting Venice and stuff a lot. Doing this because trying to get the age, feeling of the age when you're painting. Thing is, what I'm putting on this paint right now, it's thin, and my stroke is very, very light. So the paint is very, very thin on top here. And the good reason why I'm doing that, keeping it very light, and putting it in with one stroke is because I can always go back in and underneath that stuff, I can really reveal it again with a good stroke push. I can reveal the other color underneath. Did not push too hard. Did not disturb the color too much underneath. All the little details there's too many details to really ever get to. But let's get get the snow, finish up the snow on the buildings. And here's which one I'm working on. This is always a little confusing. It gets very losing your way. But knowing you're going to find it, it's always fun. Going, oh, look at this. Made a mess, but I'll fix it. That's the beauty of, just the beauty of oil, I like. A lot of little details, you know, go back in and straighten out. Said I didn't touch that building back there, but like I said, I wanted to keep it very loose. You know, it's a snowy day. If I tighten it up, it just, I don't think it'll be right. Again, this color here, this is again back to our very, like a broken record. It's like, this is the color. I found it. And there's always like, seems like there's one magic color in a painting that's just gonna pretty much make your painting. There you go. And that's just happened to be phthalo green and medium red, cad red medium. Yeah, you gotta be able to put it in the right spots. Boy, it's gonna just focus, start to focus now. Bring it down here. Focus that warmth. Right, one more time right there. It's when you're working with limited palette. Yeah, very limiting, but the thing is, it can be very rewarding because you're almost guaranteed that all these colors are going to work well together because they're all built off of themselves. So, you know, I'm just going to lighten up around this guy a little bit. This is where a nice, like a sharp edged brush like this can just save you a lot of time. Darken this one spot here. There's a car right here I meant to put in. So, I think there's the snow plow. In fact, right in front of this truck. So I probably need to put that in. And then basically the rest on this painting is just putting in windows. I'll put in a couple here for you. Red, greenish. Got that about right. I could get up here. Let's do it right closer together. Build everything off a straight line. Add to it. So these windows, when they're so thin, they're just little slits. Go a little darker up here too. All right. I just be going like this, putting in this window, these windows here. One more here, two closer ones here. And I'll just be just looking for the little stuff underneath and on top. This is where I'm saying, well, if you got the color right there next to it, you can use that to break these lines up. Get them right. Need a little phthalo green here. White and green for the highlights in this window. Windows. Now I can tighten up start to tighten up some of the snow things. I see. I'm gonna finish the bottom windows on that one on the side. They'll pretty much finish it off. We should have. Going with just a little warm, stronger red, just up in the corners of the windows. Just where there's some shadow. Brickwork above it. This one probably gets a little bit more on the bottom too. Basically a line, just so as simple as you can do it. That's where a good brush like this will speed your way. Same thing over here. That's pretty good. I just got to go back into this front building and do just a little more lightening up the bottom here. And there's still a lot of dressing up to do. This has got a little foggy right on top. Okay, highlights, getting the highlights in. Gonna be a cool one with this one. Got doing all right on the truck. I think I'm just gonna put in this snowplow in front. He's just a gesture of a thing, and it's gonna be put in with a kind of red, blue and stuff. He's right here. I had a mark, but I had a mark kind of dark. So it'd be fun to put in. He should be. Well, as much as you get to really see of him, he'll be fun to put in. It's like only you and I will probably know it's a snow truck. I'll have to do a little bit more plowing front on that. Okay, then go back in it. Those wheels right. Put all this snow on top. That want to show up. I'm gonna put all the snow shooting out for the front too. not do it. Let's try again. Snow back in. Just a little light white snow. Cool snow, not light, not white. Okay. Pretty much. A lot of good things have happened so far. Just gonna end up here on my last of my snow bursts here in the street. Basically using a flat here just to clean up a little bit of these things. I'm losing some, lose a couple edges here. I need to break this line. I want to get this, pull this guys together. So I'm going to use a shoveled path here. You know, put in this last guy over here too. Hopefully I don't get carried away here. Probably have to work on the back guy a little bit more too. But that's about it. You know, lots of Windows stuff yet to do. Not dressings yet. Hopefully I'm going, you know, this the cooler up front, redder in the back. Need a little bit of the dressing here to pop that guy out a little bit. It's always nice. I'll put in these poles too. I like the poles, and that'll be it for now. You know, I'd like to have everything pretty much squared away behind things before I put in holes where I need them. So, but these really help with like perspective, drive the perspective on this thing because these Dress the truck with snow one more time and we're done for now. I'm just gonna hit this edge here. See if I can just drop a little snow on with the edge of my knife brush here. More paint. Probably a little lighter would have been good too. Put a pole back in here. I'm going to put it on here too, and that'll be good. All right. I'll bring you guys in for a close-up to see sort of what's going on. There is our time. You know, you can start to see the street and some of the stuff going on in it. Still a little work to do there. There's always a lot of little stuff. Car and truck and guy now. Put a guy in the front, but he's just going to be a smudge of a shadow. And then the background. And of course, a lot of dressing yet on the windows to do. So, but that is where we go today. Anybody want to show? Anybody paying along want to show? No,
I'll
nobody
show, but
come up.
I didn't do a very good job, so
Oh yeah, Lynette, you
It's-
always say that. Let me-
it's still mushy, very mushy.
Okay, well, that's okay. Let's see what you got.
Okay. All right.
Okay, that's not long enough. No, you did a nice job on that. You know, this is not an easy one to paint.
No,
Um,
it isn't.
Yeah, you know me. I always pick something. I go, oh, I think this would be easy to paint. But look at how you very nice. I mean, you kept along with me. I mean, yeah. I would say you probably need to, you know, work on the street a little bit more. You need to get more of that flat knife going in there and stuff to break up the lines. A few of those lines that will help. Just to
Okay.
get that feel of smush.
Yeah.
Good job on that. I mean, it reads pretty fast and stuff. What did you think about doing the limited palette with it? A little tough?
No, I actually thought it was made it a lot easier, you know. But
Yeah,
I mean, I still have a lot to do on it, but it's just so mushy. So
yeah. It
Yeah.
gets that way. It does get that way. Yeah, you're gonna have to push the building in the back. You know, put another coat on that to push it to lighten it up, and push
Right.
it back in the space. And that's gonna come along really quickly. I mean, yeah, you get a lot of window type things to do, but they're always just try to do them with light slashes and stuff. And don't get too carried away in the front windows because of really you're going to lose the focus if you start concentrating too much on that stuff.
right.
You know, work back on those things. Good job.
Thank you. It's a fun little piece.
Yeah. Hey, you're welcome. Anybody else paying along want to talk?
Nope, I didn't paint along, but I just want to say, wow, was very much fun. I took notes. I have never painted before, but I learned a lot. Mix your palette, paint before, that makes sense. Very cool. Blocking
Yeah.
in the images. Yeah, cool. use your brush for those straight lines, for the volume, dark to light. Do not lose your darks. I thought of tenebrism. Safflower, medium. Oh, that was a question, and my question was, what was your palette? I mean, I don't have a palette or any of that stuff. So, and I signed up for your January class. So this was
Oh.
my beginning with you. Nice to meet you. And
Nice meeting you.
just once again, wow, it was great. It was awesome.
Yeah, thanks, thank you. I use glass. I use what I have basically is like a old. I found it in an old refrigerator somebody was throwing out, and it's one of this just a shelf in it. It's glass, but it doesn't break. You know, what was it called? Lucite or something like that. And then I just take the back of it. You can see, and I spray it with like a gray primer and stuff. So you get, and then I flip it over. That way you get a nice natural color, and you that way you know all your colors have a, you know, they're not fighting off of white. You can really see what the color is.
Okay, see, I would have done white, but gray, a neutral gray. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
A neutral gray on the back was always nice. You can do plexiglass too. I have a plexiglass one right here. I thought I did. Huh, yeah. But plexiglass, you can get it. Mine's in like an 18 by 24. Most of these students and stuff all say the same thing. And bigger, they run out of space mixing your paints like this. But I find that this is a way I can get a nice solid base of for my colors to translate into onto the canvas stuff. I can see them all, and then I know if I work on my palette, they're going to work pretty much on my canvas. So this is also a linen canvas, linen board and stuff. These are Centurions things. You get them at Jerry's Artorama. Those are, it's pretty much cheapest you can get. They're a lot better than any regular canvas you get to a board, mounted on a board into that cotton duck. This stuff is really, when you think you're done painting and stuff, you can't get anything else on it and stuff. It usually will still take some paint and stuff. So you can just keep going and going and going. Like you can see the Energizer Bunny, right? So.
Well, thank you so much. Loved the class today. Awesome.
Great.
So I'll say goodbye.
Thank you, Beth.
Folks might want to talk. So I'll see you in, I think it starts in January, huh?
Yeah, you a Saturday or a Monday night?
I'm a Saturday because I'm a morning person.
Okay, good.
In the evening, I'm done for.
Good. See you then.
Okay, bye.
Hey, Shard. Bye. Shard, did you paint?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, let's see what she did. Oh, look at her.
Oh, wait.
Nice.
It can be done.
Yeah.
It can be painted.
Wait,
Look at
wait,
that
let's
warmth.
see. I'm trying to get more
You're
light on
happy.
it.
Oh, you can see the warmth you got in that snow. That looks really, really good. I'm going to steal that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
You see, it's warms against cools, built like that. Really good job. Look at that building. The buildings on top were nice too.
Yeah, thanks.
Nice gesture. Good job.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm going to sign up for your Monday class
Yeah.
coming up. Yeah. Monday night's best for me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you better.
Yeah. I
you
wanted
got that safari stuff we want.
Yeah, we need to go through some stuff. I wanted to come up for your class last weekend, but my husband's office party and a couple other things were last weekend, and so you said you might do another one later.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but probably not till spring now.
Well, that's
stuff,
okay. So. Yeah, I'd still like to come. Yeah.
All right.
So
no, you're always invited. You're always invited.
Okay,
Thank you.
We're looking at elephants. I should look at elephants.
Sure,
Okay.
that'd be fun.
Now, would you
Okay.
rather it be an elephant that like more the elephant or an elephant in a scene?
Probably elephant in the scene would be
Okay.
fun. Because a lot of, I always feel if somebody has trouble with the elephant in the middle of the painting, you can always work on the scene.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
don't have, that's my bet. Because if I mess up the elephant, I'll just start working on the background and then come back
Okay.
to it later.
Well,
when I feel-
I'll get some possibilities and send them to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Thanks, Char. Anybody else paint? All right. We are out. Hey guys, yeah, classes, you can still sign up online at jamesswansonfineart.com. You can find me, in the back, on the back there's a classes and videos and stuff. A lot of these classes are all videotaped. And so afterwards, after I get a good one, I'll make a video out of it, put it up there, and anybody can buy it and look at it. But this is a freebie. I want to say thanks for joining me and happy holidays.
Thank you,
Thank
Jim.
you. Happy holidays to everybody else, and I'll see you in January. Can't wait.
Yay!
Yay.